Welcome one, welcome all to another edition of TGPW, the Guerrilla Position Wrestling, the most unprofessional professional wrestling in Fire Pro Wrestling. I, of course, am your host, the Swink, Nick Swinky, and we are coming at you with part 2 of TGPW Presents Blood, Red, White, and Blue, our July Spectacular. And we are kicking things off here in part 2 with another match in the TGPW Trios Championship Contender Series. In fact, this is the final match in the series. Last month, these two teams competed at Position Impossible in the Contender Series. The STRONGHEARTS getting the win in that match over the Machines to get here, and the other team, Stover's Skyscrapers, they got here with their win over the Super Gimmick Mass Beyond Tomorrow team. The former champions, Arachnaman, Curryman, and Shark Boy. Sorry, Arachnaman, Battle Cat, and Shark Boy, not Curryman. Apologies. But Stover Skyscrapers here. Dangerous Dan Spivey starting this one off with CIMA, Shigehiro, Irie, and Lindaman, the former TGPW Trios champions, not once, but twice. Looking to make it thrice if they could win this match and move on to the TGPW Trios Championship match next month at Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular. This is a shovel shot by Mean Mark onto CIMA as in comes Shigehiro. The Beast Shigehiro Irie gets taken down by Mean Mark with that suplex, back elbow by Mean Mark. Callus sent for the ride, flying shoulder tackle, countered. And the snapmare going to work on the leg is Callus. Side headlock by Irie. Mean Mark shoots him into the corner turnbuckle. So you see Mike Stover, the host of the Stover Load podcast, on the outside, as he is the manager of Stover Skyscrapers. In comes Sycho Sid. Short arm clothesline, but Lindaman with the scoop and a slam on the big man. Now, Lindaman might not be the biggest fight dog in the fight, but he might have the biggest heart. That is why he's part of STRONGHEARTS. Former G-Rex champion in Glate is Lindaman. Lindaman gets suplexed by Sid. Short clothesline, and in comes Mean Mark. Power bomb just spiked Lindaman. Of course, the current TGPW Trios champions, the Circus of Slime, Crooked Tortuga, El Gran Blanco, Presentadora, and Pagano. We saw them in action in part 1 of TGPW Blood, Red, White, and Blue, and they did not fare too well. Pagano, in fact, was defeated by Violento Jack in an exploding barbed wire deathmatch. And in the main event of part 1, Crooked Tortuga and El Gran Blanco Presentadora were defeated by the team of USA OK, Captain Insano, and Mr. America, with Captain Insano pinned Crooked Tortuga following a WMD. So the Trios champions coming in, or heading into next month's Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular with losses. Well, the winner of this match obviously going to be heading into that match with a ton of momentum. As Stover Skyscrapers, the three tall gargantuan men, making their presence felt in TGPW, racking up wins. Prior to the restart, reboot, if you will, of TGPW. But obviously picking up wins in this Contender series. You have a win in this Contender series, rather. Looking to knock off the former champions here. And if they manage to beat StrongHearts here, you have to think that makes them the favorites against Circus of Slime next month. And there's a little old school right there. The rope walk by Mean Mark. And there's the kitchen sink. In comes the leader of StrongHearts, CIMA. Double clothesline on Shigehiro. Shigehiro, though. Fall away slam on Dangerous Dan. Dan Spidey. And Shigehiro Irie duking it out here. Spivey wins that exchange. Mark Callis back in there now. And with the ginger mullet. An abdominal stretch, but broken up by StrongHearts. Lifts him up and is choking him. Spivey knocked off the apron by CIMA. Again, back to the choke. But CIMA there to break it up and save the matchup for his team. Series of elbows. But Sid is tagged back into this matchup as in comes out Lindaman. StrongHearts not only two-time Trios champions, but also the first ever TGPW Trios champions and the winner of the T3, that Trios tournament. And the T3 is coming up in September. And you have to think that both of these teams will be entered in the T3. StrongHearts looking to repeat as T3 winners, no doubt. But they can't be looking too far ahead. They have to focus in on this match, winning this match against the Skyscrapers, getting another shot against the champions. Circus of Slime, who will finally have to defend their titles next month. After winning them at Guerrilla Warfare. A high boot takes down CIMA as in comes Mean Mark. Oh no, Bill Alfonso collides with Mean Mark Callis. We saw this happen to Alfonso in part 1. He got knocked out in that scramble, and it looks like, yep, he's been opened up. Those stitches have been opened up. He's been busted open again. Alfonso got busted open in that scramble match to begin part 1. looks like he's been opened up again here in the first match of part 2. Well, this show is called Blood Red, white and blue, folks, and we got some blood here in the first match. But if you were taking bets on who would bleed in this match, I don't think you would have had referee Bill Alfonso. If you did, though, you probably made some money off of that. Goes for the lariat, the beast lariat, but Vicious avoids it as in comes Callus. What is this? Variation on the Doomsday device there. A double axe handle off the top by Dan Spivey. Death Valley driver by Irie on Callus. Powerbomb just spikes Shigehiro. German suplex by Lindaman. Lindaman sends Spivey into the corner, setting him up on the top rope, looking for a superplex. Maybe, no, he turns it into a cross arm breaker. Juji Gatami, whatever you want to call it. Taz isn't here, so I guess I can call it a cross arm breaker without him getting annoyed. Lariat by Lindaman. Takes him down, goes for the cover, gets a 1 count before it's broken up by Sid. There's the jackknife. The powerbomb by Sid. But a German with a bridge by Lindaman. Oh, I thought that was going to be it right there, but Callus out of 2.9. Samoan drop on Sid Vicious. It's caught. Exploder suplex by Lindaman. Lindaman like a ball of fire in there. CIMA dragging Callus all the way back towards his side of the ring. On the white side of the black and white canvas of TGPW, discus lariat by Spivey takes down CIMA. CIMA though back up. Irish whip reversal by Spivey, shoulder block Spivey. It's usually the sign for like a pile driver, but instead he tags in Callus. Oh, both men collide as they clonk heads. CIMA gets countered into a back body drop. Has him up, Schwinn. The Schwinn, but a tag is made. For the Beast Shigehiro, Irie. Maybe looking for the Beast lariat. There it is. Turns Callus inside out, but Mean Mark back to his feet somehow. How is he still standing? I don't know after taking a lariat like that. But they just dropped Shigehiro with that powerbomb. The Skyscrapers sending Shigehiro into the sky with that powerbomb. And there's another Beast lariat. That shook the whole ring. Shoulder tackle by Spivey. Spivey plants him. With that face buster, but package pile driver by Shigehiro. Irie rolls him over, covers him center of the ring, right on the logo. Broken up at 2. Ooh, Tiger driver. 98 there. Tiger Driver 98, J Driller, whatever you want to call it. Series of sentons there by CIMA. But Sid comes back with a power bomb. That could be it. 1, 2, and 3. And a power bomb for Lindaman for good measure, as the Silver Skyscrapers win the Contender Series tournament. We are moving on here to match number 2 here in part 2 of TGPW presents Blood Red, White, and Blue. It is a tag team grudge match. Introducing first, representing the Macho family, is the team of our MP Infinity, Bayley, and Black Machismo. In their corner, Miss Elizabeth. Ooh, yeah. And their opponents, representing the Muda family, it is the team known as the Spawns of the Mist. Great Sakuya and Monster Bono with Yinling, the erotic terrorist. The erotic terrorist in their corner. Alright, it is a family feud here in this one. As we see Bayley and Great Sakuya starting this one out. Bayley was knocked out cold last month by Great Sakuya in a spot for a TGPW women's title shot match. Afterwards, Sakuya did not express any remorse for what happened to Bayley. In fact, Yinling intimated that what happened to the Macho daughter might not have been an accident. An enraged Black Machismo wants to drop a few flying elbows and one flying couch on the Muda that hurt his little sister, but he's not the only big brother who's willing to support his sibling, because Monster Bono has arrived. You see him there in the corner in the purple. Although Bayley's feeling better, she's not physically 100% yet. She and her big brother have challenged Sakuya and her ginormous brother to this tag team grudge match. It's a explosion of siblings here, with the matriarchs of both sides of their families, Ms. Elizabeth and Yinling, in their corners. And again, poor Bill Alfonso gets knocked to the ground. This is the second match in a row, third match we've seen here at this event. Part 1, he got knocked down. Part 2, he got knocked down in the first match, and he got knocked out again here in the second match. Bill Alfonso is taking a beating here, folks, as he is bleeding again. This is ridiculous. The ginormous sumo Aki Bono, known in this case as Monster Bono, in there, and that looked like she pulled something out of her tights, a chain, some rope maybe, whatever that was. She looked to be some kind of illegal object she was choking Bayley with. There was Sakuya. Sakuya won the TGPW Women's Championship at Take the Crown in the TGPW Women's Title Tournament. She defeated Maggie Lee in the finals to win the belt. She took on Bayley last month in a spot for a shot match, which if Bayley won, she would have earned a women's championship match, but Bayley lost that match, as I mentioned earlier, thanks to a knockout by Great Sakuya, who hit her with a moonsault from the top, knocking Bayley unconscious. Referee Bill Alfonso having no choice but to stop the match. I believe it's Aubrey Edwards actually was the referee for that one. We might have to get Aubrey out here after the beating that Alfonso has taken here in part 1 and part 2. Part 1 in that scramble match, he got knocked down, busted open. And here in part 2, in both the first and second match, he has been beaten down, knocked down, if you will. You see the sumo monster Bono. Snapmare by Black Machismo. Most people might remember Aki Bono from his sumo match with the Big Show at WrestleMania. 2 count there on the Uranagi. Scoop slam by the big man as he clobbers Black Machismo, who's giving up a lot of size to the big man. Package pile driver. That could be it. 2, no, Bayley there to save the matchup for her team, saving her brother. And now we got a strike exchange. The shoulder tackle from the sumo monster Bono takes down Black Machismo. The Dragon Screw leg whip by Machismo. Black Machismo in there with great Sakuya. And Bayley is now legal. Here you see Yinling on the outside. You have to hope with Miss Elizabeth out there that she can negate the presence of Yinling. Of course, we haven't seen Yinling get involved yet. There is that possibility that she might, though. A palm strike by Monster Bono. And now just squashes her. Drops the elbow, gets a 2.9. Bayley somehow able to kick out, showing her resiliency. Oh no, she's going to crush her. Oh God. The rope's the only thing saving Bayley there. Bayley avoids disaster there. As gets the back body drop. In comes Machismo. Pile driver by Monster Bono on Black Machismo, who's in a whole heap of trouble. There's the moonsault. I don't think she got all of it, but she may have got enough. With Bayley there to break it up. Elbow drop, but nobody home. Went for that patented macho elbow, but Sakuya avoids the contact. What is she thinking here? Oh, lion salt connects. Monster Bono is the legal man. Oh no, choke slam, and that is it. Monster Bono with the knockout on Jay Lethal Black Machismo as Great Sakuya and Monster Bono win this grudge match. All right, we are ready for match 3 right here of part 2 of TGPW presents Blood Red, White, and Blue 2024. And again, if you are enjoying the show so far, be sure to like this video. Please leave a comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you have notifications on so you get notified when the next episode of TGPW drops. And if you missed any of the previous episodes, there will be a playlist available featuring every TGPW show, but also a playlist for this show, Blood Red, White, and Blue, so you can get caught up. As here we go with Made in the USA, Madusa taking on Russian Dynamite Masha Slamovich. A legendary figure in women's pro wrestling, Madusa making her TGPW debut here against the upstart Masha Slamovich. The Moscow native Masha made an early exit from the TGPW women's title tournament. She's hoping to bounce back with a win over a legend of Madusa here tonight. Madusa decked out in the red, white, and blue. Masha Slamovich in the black with the red, white, and blue of the of Russia. Madusa, of course, in the Stars and Stripes, America. Madusa, a former women's champion. Masha Slamovich, also holding titles, including the West Coast Pro Women's Championship. Powerbomb out of the corner, gets a 2 count. Also, former GCW World Champion is Masha Slamovich. So, mixing it up with men in addition to women. Also not afraid to get in there and wrestle in a death match. There's a cover, gets 2 with the cocky cover before Madusa gets the shoulder up. In addition to being a former West Coast Pro Women's Champion, former AAW Women's Champion, WXW Women's World Champion, GSW Women's World Champion, 3-time TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champion, ETU Key to the East Champion, CFU Undisputed Champion, the current JCW Champion, and Masha Slamovich, just like that, makes short work of Madusa. I didn't have enough time to even run down all of her accolades before she won this match. We are ready here for our main event here of part 2 of TGPW Presents Blood, Red, White, and Blue 2024. It is a match for the TGPW Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers, the TGPW Champion Go Shiozaki and the TGPW Deathmatch Champion Hayabusa. And here come the champions from the Windy City of Chicago. It is the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, also known as the Legion of Doom. And if you're wondering how this match came about last month at Position Impossible, these two teams met in a clash of champions, if you will, the Champions Challenge, as the TGPW champion and the TGPW Deathmatch champion took on the TGPW Tag Team champions. In that match, Go Shiozaki and Hayabusa were victorious when Hayabusa got the pinfall victory. And because of that win, this championship team of Shiozaki and Hayabusa have been granted this tag team championship match. The winners of this match will go on to defend the titles next month, regardless of who comes out as champion. So Go Shiozaki and Hayabusa could walk out of here with 4 sets of belts. Well, 2 titles each, but 4 championships. Shiozaki could become the double champ, as could Hayabusa. But Hawk and Animal, two-time TGPW champions, won the tournament to crown the first TGPW Tag Team Champions. Lost those titles to Kurt Angle and the Patriot before winning them back from Kurt Angle and the Patriot. Successfully retained the titles against Hangman Adam Page and Warhorse Jake Parnell. We're coming up short in that non-title match last month. This time with the titles on the line, you have to think that the Road Warriors are going to go all out here. Not that I didn't think they were in the previous match, but you have to think that they're going to pull out all the stops in order to retain their titles, because they know this match is for all the marbles. As I mentioned, next month, Go Shiozaki has a title defense scheduled, but we don't know yet who Shiozaki's opponent will be as of this moment. But if Shiozaki wins this match, he will be a double champion. And I guess Shiozaki was on record saying that he would defend both sets of belts next month if he were to win the tag team titles here with Hayabusa. I believe Hayabusa has gone on record to say the same, that he would also defend both his deathmatch title and the tag title with Shiozaki next month if they were to win here over the Road Warriors. As both men looking at the situation with the trios titles in the Circus of Slime, and both honorable men willing to defend their titles against any and all challengers. Not just going to win the titles and run and hide like Circus of Slime, but Circus of Slime, they had to get in there and wrestle this month. And some would say they might have got exposed as Crooked Tortuga and El Gran Blanco Presentadora suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of Captain Insano and Mr. America in our last part 1. Which if you haven't yet, you can go back and watch that. If you haven't watched that yet and you're watching this part, before you watch part 1, what are you doing? Watch part 1 before you watch part 2. But if you want to go back and relive that, you can go back and watch part 1. There's also back in part 1 that Pagano suffered a loss to Violento Jack, an exploding barbed wire death match. And I didn't even get a chance to point it out in our last match because it ended so quickly between Masha, Slamovich, and Madusa, but Aubrey Edwards in there now as referee. After what happened to Bill Alfonso in episode 1, and happened in here in episode 2, or part 2, if you will. I figured we should give him a break here in these last 2 matches. Aubrey coming in to referee the previous match, and now she's refereeing this tag team championship match here. Hopefully she doesn't suffer the same fate as Alfonso did. Suplex by Hayabusa. Hayabusa in the red outfit. The red and white. Go Shiozaki taking it back to his Axis days in his tag team with Katsuhiko Nakajima in the black and gold trim. As he just got press slammed all the way out of the ring by Road Warrior Hawk as Animal hits the backbreaker and the scoop slam on Hayabusa. There's a Fisherman Buster by Shiozaki that staggers Animal, but Animal and Hawk now with the power breaker, powerbomb neck breaker combination. Drop kicks him out of the ring, does Shiozaki. Wait a minute, Hayabusa's got a chair. Hawk's got a chair. What is going on here? This is quickly broken down here. I did not think that we'd be bringing chairs in the ring here between these two teams. The previous encounter, I think, was pretty clean between these two teams. I don't think there were any chairs involved. Hawk with that press slam takes down Shiozaki as in comes Animal. The TGPW Tag Team Championship on the line here. The two-time champions, the Road Warriors, looking to retain their titles. While the tag team of the championship tag team of the Deathmatch champion Hayabusa, who just hit the H-edge before it's broken up by Hawk, and the TGPW champion Go Shiozaki, looking to walk out of here with all the gold, sucker. Become double champions before the night is through. Up and down he goes with that electric chair. Drop in a 2.9 and a kick out. There's that brainbuster again by Shiozaki, the Fisherman Buster, if you will. Shooting star press. Double axe handle. He crowned him. Powerbomb neckbreaker. Animal says that's it. Hawk drops the fist. Cover 1, 2, and 3. No. 2 count only as Shiozaki kicks out. Levels Hawk with a lariat. Go Flasher connects on Hawk. We could have new tag team champions. But Animal there to break it up. Electric chair drop on Shiozaki, but Hawk gets caught with the H-edge. Shiozaki, Hawk going at it here. Road Warrior Hawk gets leveled with a stinging knife edge chop. What a hangman's neckbreaker and a cover, but Shiozaki's feet in the ropes. Another hangman's neckbreaker by Road Warrior Hawk. Shiozaki chopping away at both tag team champions. Some of the hardest chops in the game. Courtesy of Go Shiozaki, as Animal and Hayabusa seem to have plonked heads there, but Animal back on his feet hits the running power slam. He is fired up. The press slam into the power slam and a 3 count. And just like that, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom, successfully retained the TGPW Tag Team Championship. The press power slam by Animal. He pins Hayabusa here, the Deathmatch champion. As a successful title defense for the Road Warriors. Defeat a very game team of Go Shiozaki and Hayabusa here in our main event. And that wraps things up with part 2 of TGPW Presents Blood, Red, White, and Blue 2024. I have been your host, Nick Swinky. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time with part 3 of 3, episode 3, if you will, of TGPW BRW and B24. This has been TGPW, the Guerrilla Position Wrestling, the most unprofessional professional wrestling in Fire Pro Wrestling.